Today we're going to talk about a small business kitchen table issue is around profitability and dealing with your farms. Can you guys kind of give some insight into some of those conversations that you guys have at the kitchen table?
What I do have that's great is a group of farmers that get together and have coffee in the morning. And so we bounce ideas off each other and things like that. So, you know, that's the good part about farming. The great part about being around a bunch of farmers is we all network and talk to each other.
A lot of it nowadays too is off-farm revenue that's coming in. You know, we run a game preserve during the winter hours when the farming operation shut down. As you say, spitballing with other farmers. You know, like you said, you have an expertise in this or that. We talk to each other about it. You know, what varieties work for you in Iowa don't work for me in New Jersey. So, you know, you're closer to me than anybody here.
You know, in our family, we do it on our noon meal. So we come together and we try to identify things in the short term and long term. And in that conversations, we bring in other people. You know, my son, he has his contact list, you know, and it might be more regional there, where with my contacts, it's, you know, with other business partners and then other associations that, you know, I deal with or communicate with. And it's a good way to come together and make a formulation of what direction you want to kind of go with our different inputs coming from different organizations. So it's a beautiful part of a family operation that it's unique, right?
When I first came home, I farmed with my dad and my grandpa. And so we had the 9 o'clock coffee. You did not miss coffee at 9 o'clock at the Bradford Cafe. And, you know, that's when, because we'd have the chores over, we had cattle and hogs and the farm. So, you know, we got all that over with, and then you plan the day. But generational farms are, you know, it's fantastic. And I was lucky enough to be, you know, come home and be a part of that.
That's great.
Well, I say in our community, it's family, it's friends, and it's community, because our operation supports other small businesses in the community. And whether we're profitable or not, if we have a bad year, if we have a good year, it also impacts family, friends, community. So even though we're a family-run operation, as we all are, we still have an impact, you know, within people that surround us. And we try to do everything we can to support others, and they do for us as well.
So you guys talk about, you know, supporting. What are some of the other activities that you guys do within your communities and your rural communities that kind of help support, you know, not only just your family but your whole community?
Well, you can go from schools to churches to businesses and power companies and seed purchases and just manufacturing equipment. Yeah, a lot of hats, and that's very unique. I mean, and yeah, of course, there's other businesses and organizations that do that, but when you affect your own community, as we do, you take it to heart, really.
I like to focus on youth. So in the summer, I hire young kids from high school kids usually, and to help on the farm, mostly pick up rocks and things like that. So, you know, getting the youth interested in farming, now whether they stay in it or not, who knows, but at least they have that experience on the farm, you know, and get to experience it and see what it's all about. If farmers are strong, then the communities are strong around them.